Through 8 weeks of the college football season, here are your top 20. Notre Dame sitting at number 8, firmly in the top 10. Their opponent coming up on Saturday in the top 20. That's Michigan, just barely hanging on after their loss to Penn State last week. Ahmed, Fareed, Chris Simms here on the set of the podcast, Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Chris, you were on the sidelines last week in the cold with the big gloves.
Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that.
USC. What did you see from Notre Dame after that win?
Well, Notre Dame is an impressive football team. I think the first thing that we all have to respect about them is there is a lot more team speed and athleticism on the field than maybe we all want to give them credit for at times. They got playmakers on both sides of the ball. But I think the big thing I saw as just pertained to that USC football game more than anything was the run game got off. It had been one of the last areas of the team where I'd have been expecting more. They have a pretty diverse run game plan. They're very well coached with how they block and do things. And Tony Jones has really come along the last 2 weeks at the running back position, shown that he's capable of ripping off some big chunk plays, 20, 30-yard runs, capable of running physical and doing that. But I think really that's where Notre Dame can separate themselves because of their offensive linemen that are NFL-worthy type guys, and then they're coached like NFL offensive linemen too. It's a complex running scheme for college football this day and age.
In the big house, taking on Michigan with a good defense, probably going to want to establish that run game pretty early on. Let's hear from both head coaches, Brian Kelly and Jim Harbaugh.
Clearly, the guys know Michigan. They know the history and tradition of it, and they know it's a really good football team. I think that, look, what gets their attention more than anything else, it's a really good football team. And if it wasn't, we'd be talking about other things.
Does it help, do you think your players bounce back from a tough loss knowing they've got a great opportunity and a big-time opponent under the lights and all that? They're not just playing another team as Notre Dame. Does that help them maybe bounce back and focus on the next one?
Yeah, I mean, it's always like people, what's the alternative to not doing it that way? I mean,
if you're playing Rutgers next, it would be different than Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's football. I mean, it's just what your talent is for. It's what you want to do. Just the question of how or how can you? Is it better? Just that's what you do. You bounce back as opposed to not.
Come on.
Deep thoughts.
His glasses keep getting bigger. So key to the game that you're looking forward to on Saturday.
Well, both defenses are phenomenal. These are two of the better defenses in all of college football. I do think, and I don't like to always say this, right, where I just go, oh, it's about the quarterback. Ian Book had one of his best games against USC. Decisive. The stats won't say it. Decisive. Made some big throws. I think if he can do that again, Notre Dame finds a way to win a close football game.